Hey, how you doing guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to share my first impressions on Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now I've been playing this game on my PlayStation 5 and I actually had a pleasant time with this game. I want to admit one other thing, that my anticipation for this game was relatively high, even though I shouldn't actually putting my, expectations so high due to, well, it's being a Ubisoft title. Now, nevertheless, since the last time we've seen Assassin's Creed game, it was Assassin's Creed Valhalla back in 2020. So yes, 3 long years since there was a new title for an Assassin's Creed. Damn, just thinking about that is quite like a very long time. And I even mentioned in my previous video about Assassin's Creed and my excitement for it that, I was craving for it finally, because it's been too long. And, I just wanted to get back in things regarding being like of an assassin again. And I'm not necessarily saying that I wanted to experience an old school titles, right? Like similar Assassin's Creed that I genuinely you be playing as an assassin, right? Because like with the newer titles such as, well, I should say Odyssey and Valhalla, not so much on Origin. Well, Origin you can definitely include it in that list as well. But yeah, those titles like Valhalla and Odyssey, well, you were not an assassin at all, basically. And yeah, it's just like a kind of a weird thing to name your game of an Assassin's Creed, even though there's nothing really much of an involvement towards an Assassin's Creed. But alright, so with the Assassin's Creed Mirage and the comeback towards the old school style, that's definitely a plus for a lot of people. For me, personally, I do not mind it, right? I don't feel positive or negative about it, so I'm definitely still excited to experience this game. And I did already, I played around, give or take, a little more than 10 hours at this point. I feel that I might be kind of relatively close to the end game, at least that's what I'm seeing from the investigation tab list anyway, and killing the last order. And yeah, it should be relatively close, maybe. I do not know. Of course, by the way, I will have a full review for this game as well, coming out in a few days, so do expect that. And of course, stay tuned, subscribe and all that good stuff to expect future videos from me, and not just all about Assassin's Creed, but video games in general and more. I want to get into some of the cons, some of the good, some of the bad, of course, regarding this game. One of the big good things that a lot of people were excited, and okay, I'll say it as well, I feel it's good too, right? It's the comeback towards the old school Assassin's Creed that genuinely you should be playing as an assassin. This game is the main focal point of that. This is definitely a good thing, and a lot of people were very excited to see what kind of direction would they go with this game, with Mirage, and I think they kind of succeeded, I think. Now, okay, so if there is a positive, unfortunately there's always a negative. So I want to mention regarding of the like a story diversion, like direction that they went decided with. Even though it makes sense, as an assassin you have to do a lot of investigation work, right? And you be finding out information, going from an NPC or different characters, different people, and having conversations with them, doing tasks for them, and finding out things for yourself, using your eagle vision and stuff like that. You be like trying to find out different kind of directions and different things that what should be or necessary to be done for you to get to that main target, for you to kill, right? This is the work of an assassin. It makes total sense. But because of this, there's also a problem with this kind of a mechanic. It could get kind of repetitive. Now, personally for me, I did not yet feel that repetitiveness, unless, of course, if I'm kind of mainlining it and kind of rushing through it, then yes, I would feel like the fatigue already. But I'm trying to diversify myself. Like, for example, I'm trying to collect every, high point so I can have a fast travel like as soon as possible. I want to unlock all the map. I want to get all the collectibles. I want to do side objectives, the contracts as well, unlock everything basically, because I'll be going for a platinum trophy on this game, and so I'm taking my sweet time with it as well. But nevertheless, I am going through the main stories relatively as quickly as possible, not too fast obviously. I'm not trying to do a marathon here, but I'm still noticing these kind of maybe repetitiveness inside sideways, and that's actually the way they've done it, at least to make it so that you don't feel too repetitive, is actually quite clever. At least I think so, because even though I had that kind of essence of fatigue, but yet it didn't feel like as if I was tired from this game, at least from the 10 hours of experiencing it. So, okay, one other thing I want to mention, this is a far more focused adventure. I love that. I love the way that the objective is for you to do as an assassin, and is main through like it's a full train ahead, basically, right? Full direction ahead to going towards an assassin's work. I love that. It's a great lead to the adventure that you'll be going through it, and checking out especially Baghdad. Baghdad is definitely a highlight. I love this place. It's genuinely a beautiful place. Something about it is a bit weird as well, I'm noticing. Like, there's a lot of essence in here from Valhalla. It makes sense because Assassin's Creed Mirage was supposed to be originally a DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but then it got expanded over time, and now it became of its own game anyway, right? And I'm still, like, can see and feel a lot of aspects from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and one of the bad things I have to mention is the parkour. Now, even though parkour has been improved, but I don't feel it has been improved significantly, at least not to the point that a lot of people perhaps were expecting. But nevertheless, it's just that feeling that I get when I'm parkouring around. It feels like kind of sticky. It feels kind of not grounded. Grounded is the wrong word for this to describe. It just doesn't feel a little bit. It feels a little bit finicky. That's actually including the combat. Now it makes sense why, in terms of the combat, I can ignore that part, because as an assassin, as a Basim, like, you're not supposed to be an all-rounder in terms of the combat, right? Like, you're a more stealth-orientated assassin. It makes sense. I kind of get that. That's why I'm not trying to mention regarding the core combat element. But the stealth, I like it. I love the stealth. It's far more enhanced in here with the crowding system mechanic that you can do, with the black box missions, the availability, even though it's not exactly as big as it was in Assassin's Creed Unity. And I'll say that a perfect Assassin's Creed game, maybe it's just a lot of people will not agree with me, maybe they will. I think that all-arounder, in terms of being a true assassin, in Assassin's Creed game was the best Assassin's Creed game ever. It was Unity. But because of the bugs and launch issues that it had, well, you can understand why a lot of people just completely skipped on that title and started completely hating on it. But over the years, people started seeing for what it's worth, and genuinely was an incredible title, especially the parkour, the combat, the assassin's work, the world, the crowd system. It was far more, well, it was more, basically. It was far better than anything ever did in the Origin even, and also like Odyssey, Valhalla, hell, even this Mirage game. Now, even though Mirage definitely tries to go a little bit towards a similar direction as it was for the Assassin's Creed Unity, but I still feel that there's still, like, kind of one step forward, two steps back kind of situation that I'm getting from it. Now, I see the similarities, sort of, but do not fool yourself expecting similar to Assassin's Creed Unity, because if that's what you were looking for, you will be very disappointed. Because this game it's more of an Origin. That's what I get the feeling from. Even though I loved Origin, I really did. Like, maybe Assassin's Creed Origins is maybe number one or maybe number two of my favorite Assassin's Creeds of all time. Seriously, and I'm just like, I'm seeing it in here as well, that like kind of projection. It's nice. It's actually quite nice. So while I'm playing it, I'm always getting kind of, again, like a little, not goosebumps, but smile to my ears, basically, if that makes any sense. And yeah, so it's genuinely interesting. Now, I'm encountering a few of the bugs a little bit. I'm noticing that whenever you're doing parkour especially, and you get those stuck in weird terrains, you kind of glitch out a little bit, but it does fix itself. I never had like a very hard crash issues either, so that maybe that's a good thing. I noticed as well one thing, at least I didn't finish the story yet, but there's no modern day in here at all. It's interesting because like usually they start up with the modern day aspect of the setting, usually, but now that they kind of they kind of went away from that direction, maybe they're just moving away from modern day, like an era thing that, a different path of the story and stuff like that. It's interesting. So yeah, I don't think I have anything extra to mention, so I'm gonna continue on playing the game. I'll make a full review for it as well with my honest thoughts, but yeah, I am having a good time. It's not that to say that this game is phenomenal, unfortunately it's not, but I am having a great time. Finally back with the Assassin's Creed, like I mentioned, 3 years, it's a long wait, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to continue playing a little bit more of it. Alright, like and subscribe guys, see you guys all later, and have a wonderful day.